Welcome to the WWE Smackdown vs. Raw 2010 draft presented by GameSpot. You've seen some of the athletes featured in the game. Well, today you'll see them all. We'll have expert analysis by The Miz and Eve, hear from some of the athletes that have made the cut, and we'll also be answering your questions live. Last but not least, stick around to the end of the broadcast for a major WWE prize and trivia challenge. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready because the WWE Smackdown vs. Raw 2010 draft begins now.
Hello and welcome to GameSpot's live WWE Smackdown vs. Raw 2010 draft. I am Brian Eckberg, and joining me today is an all-star lineup of WWE and THQ talent, including all the way there at the end, the beautiful WWE diva Eve. You're here. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Brian. Thank you for having me.
Well, it's so nice to have you here. Sitting right next to her is WWE superstar The Miz. Miz, what's up, man?
I am doing fantastic. I am ready for the draft.
Do it up. We are all ready for the draft, but before we get to that, we've got Corey Ledesma from THQ, the man behind the SmackDown series.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
We're going to be talking a lot with you, and these guys will be along for the ride with us live, provide perspective on today's draft results, answer your questions live, and give us the straight word on WWE Smackdown vs. Raw 2010. Now, we want you guys to interact with us here. To get your questions over to us, just click the Answer Trivia button and fill in the form, and that's also where you'll be able to enter for the trivia prizes. We've got a whole bunch of really cool WWE swag available for you. Got to answer some trivia questions first, though. Right now, we're going to turn your attention over to GameSpot's own Homer Rabara, who is standing by ringside to help get today's draft underway. Homer?
Thanks, Brian, and not a moment too soon either, as it looks like the WWE Smackdown vs. Raw 2010 Draft Commissioner, the Fink, Howard Finkel, is in the ring right now to announce the first-round draft picks.
Thanks, Homer. Ladies and gentlemen, the first superstar picks for Raw in the WWE Smackdown vs. Raw 2010 draft are The Big Show, Evan Bourne, Carlito, John Cena, Ted DiBiase, Festus, Chavo Guerrero, Mark Henry, Kofi Kingston, The Miz, MVP, Santino Marella, Shawn Michaels, Randy Orton, Primo, Cody Rhodes, Jack Swagger, and Triple H.
Well, there you have it, Brian. A solid list of Raw superstars drafted in the first round. What does our expert panel think of these Raw picks?
Well, that's what I'm looking to find out right now, Homer. Panelists, we just saw the first round. We'll start with you, Miz. What do you think of that? Raw talent.
I think it's incredible. I think the whole roster is absolutely amazing, and I'm pretty excited. As a veteran to the SmackDown vs. Raw video game, I know what to expect, and when I get to see myself with my hat, the T-shirt. You did a fantastic job this year, Corey.
Thank you. Real quick,
Go
I
ahead,
want
Corey.
to take the time to officially welcome you to the WWE Smackdown vs. Raw 2010 game with your very own jersey representing the...
Oh, wait. Number one draft pick. Number one draft pick of the draft. Oh, wow.
Quite an honor.
I would. It's actually an amazing honor, and I'd just like to take this time to thank myself for the hard work that I have done. I will not be at training camp. I will not be at preseason. I will hold off for a really huge lump sum of money.
Yeah.
But after you're done giving me that lump sum of money, I will be ready for the video game. And it'll be action-packed because I am the most entertaining and most charismatic superstar on the brand.
The Miz doing his best Michael Crabtree impression. Eve, we have to talk to you as well because you are, we're going to be seeing you a little bit later. Saw the Raw roster. Any surprises on the Raw roster here?
I'm just surprised by how amazing everything looks. I mean, they look completely identical to our superstars.
All right.
I mean, it's absolutely amazing. But I'm really happy to see some of the up-and-coming talent. We've got Primo, we've got Jack Swagger, both who are it's their first time on the game.
Yeah, it's nice
they're really making a name for themselves in the WWE.
Absolutely, it's nice to have those guys in the game. And Miz, you pointed out your hats in the game.
Yes, the hat and the T-shirt.
Yeah.
I mean, that is fantastic. You did a great job with the graphics on that because I remember my first year, there was no hat, there was no T-shirt. I was like, Corey, what's up with that? This year, bam, like that. Like lightning.
The hardest part was actually animating your mouth to open that big.
Yeah.
Because
I
you
can
have
see
one of the biggest mouths.
Corey, I'm not a talker. I'm the type of superstar that doesn't need to talk. My talent speaks for itself.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for that. We'll be talking to you guys in a little bit. Right now, we're going to hear from some of the Raw athletes who have been drafted into SmackDown vs. Raw 2010. Let's hear from them right now.
It is with the utmost honor and respect that I accept this draft nomination for the SmackDown vs. Raw 2010 team. I gotta say, it's still pretty cool to be in the video game.
SmackDown vs. Raw 2010. This is the first video game I've ever been in, and I couldn't be more excited to be a part of it. I'm going to use my paintbrush tool and turn everybody's costumes the wrong color and beat them in a cage match. Take them in the back lot and beat them with a chair. SmackDown vs. Raw 2010.
Wow, I mean, it's such an honor to be drafted the #1 superstar for THQ SmackDown vs. Raw 2010. I don't know what to say. Hopefully I can deliver to all the fans out there. I won't let you down. If you select me, make sure that you turn the disqualification off. You can do whatever you want, and I'll always win. Thank you guys very much.
Well, we're early on in our draft, and we already had controversy. 2 #1 picks. Miz, what's going on with that?
Gee, I don't know. I don't know how you could have Cody Rhodes or The Miz as the #1 pick. Corey, you have a little explanation? Anything you want to say to anyone?
Well, technically, you guys are both first-round picks, so that's really what the #1 represents.
Oh, really? Well, who's the #1 draft pick?
Well, everyone is just excited to be in the game, so there's no #1. It's a group kind of honor.
Everybody's a winner. Well, I tell you what, we'll hear more from the WWE athletes being drafted today, as well as see a demo of SmackDown vs. Raw 2010 with Corey, and we'll be taking your questions live in just a bit. But first, let's check in with Homer Abar again, who is standing by with the draft commissioner, Howard Finkel, for the second round of our draft. Homer.
Thanks, Brian. Hey, Fink, it looks like you're in the ring to announce round 2 of the SmackDown vs. Raw 2010 draft. Let's hear it.
Indeed, we're going to tell you right now, everyone, who from SmackDown will be a part of the SmackDown vs. Raw 2010 draft. The Animal Batista, Edge, Finlay, The Great Khali, Matt Hardy, Chris Jericho, Jesse, JTG, Kane, Mike Lux, John Morrison, Rey Mysterio, CM Punk, R-Truth, Shad, The Undertaker, and Dolph Ziggler. There you have it, Homer.
Howard Finkel throwing down some big-name talent. Good to see they've already made the adjustment for Batista moving over from Raw to SmackDown. I was worried when he wasn't announced in the first round. Glad to see that he made it. Back over to you, Brian.
Lots of superstars that the SmackDown fans expect, but guys, what did you think of the second round of our draft?
That lineup is pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's Raw material, but it's pretty good. I mean, you got CM Punk, Edge, Kane, Rey Mysterio, huge superstars in the WWE.
And speaking of huge superstars, Eve, we have a new addition to the SmackDown roster. We've got Batista.
That's right. Batista is back, and of course, he's a huge addition to the SmackDown roster. Of course, then, we've also got The Undertaker, who has helped create SmackDown to be what it is. We're going on 10-year anniversary of SmackDown, and this really captures what the brand is all about. So good job, Corey.
Thank you, thank you. And authenticity is #1 for our game, so we want to make sure we represented SmackDown well, and I think we did that this year.
Absolutely, and we should mention some of the new guys that are in the game, R-Truth and Mike Knox.
And Mike Knox's beard.
Yes.
The beard is in there, and you made it extra long. You made it extra long.
You started like last year on that beard and just finished now.
It's a long time to grow in the game.
All right, guys, on that note, let's check in with the audience. You guys are standing by. I know you guys have a lot of questions about the game. So let's have them. Let's hear your questions right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you because I know without you, I couldn't have achieved this. But I have officially been selected to be a part of SmackDown vs. Raw 2010, baby.
I am honored, as well as the game is honored to have me. And we will both have a good cry over the meaning of this jersey and what it means to me. Thank you so much.
I got drafted, Mama. Mama got drafted. I'm going to get you a house. I'm going to get you a car. I'm going to get you a Range Rover. I got drafted.
Well, all right, there's your look at some of the SmackDown athletes making their acceptance speeches for entry into the game. Now, looking at the time, I think it's time we check in with round 3 with Howard and Homer. Guys, take it away.
Sounds like you guys got some good questions from the audience, Brian, but right now, our draft commissioner, Howard Finkel, is just about to announce the third round of the ECW picks in this draft.
Ladies and gentlemen, the superstar picks in the SmackDown vs. Raw 2010 draft from ECW are Christian, Tommy Raymer, Goldust, Ezekiel Jackson, Vladimir Kozlov, and William Regal.
Well, Brian, I'm sorry, but I'm just going to have to cut you off. One of my favorite WWE superstars is on the ECW brand, Vladimir Kozlov.
The guy's one of a kind.
Oh, he's